Hey playa, have you ever wanted to talk to someone to either be their friend or ask them out, but you felt like language was a barrier keeping you two apart? It might have been someone you met that is foreign, someone new that's at your school, or someone you met when you were traveling across the world. Well, today my friend Nobita from Find Your Love in Japan is going to teach you guys how to overcome language barriers.
Thank you so much, Josh, for great introduction. I'm really honored to be a part of your video. Amazing! ありがとう!
It's actually easier than you think.
Now, I've been talking with so many people since I started my YouTube channel. Not just Japanese people, a variety of foreigners from all over the world. This is really awesome experience. Of course, language barrier happens all the time, but as you can see, in most times, we are enjoying a lot. My English is not so good, but language barrier doesn't affect us. If you are watching this video, maybe you wanna know how to do it. Maybe you have someone you got a crush on, but she doesn't speak English well, and you don't know how to talk to her. That's why I'm gonna tell you number one tips, number one mindset to overcome not just language barrier, but also talking to your crush. That is, focusing on listening part rather than speaking part. What do you think is the number one reason why most guys hold them back when they talk to their crush? They are thinking like this: what should I talk about? That's the biggest problem. You need to change that mindset. As long as you are focusing on speaking part, you are always nervous and feeling pressure. Remember, conversation is a two-way. Speaking part is just half. Actually, you know what? When it comes to a conversation, listening part is more important than speaking part. Let's say there are two individuals. One girl is just talking about herself all the time, don't listen to you at all. The other girl doesn't talk so much, but she listens so carefully, paying close attention to your story. Sometimes she speaks, but 70% of the conversation she listens. So let me ask you, which girl would you like to hang out more? Which girl would you like to date? You see, most people prefer a good listener rather than speaking person. I'm sure this is not just in Japan. This is something universal. So if you are really nervous and you don't know what to talk, that's why. Think like this. A conversation makes up 70% listening, 30% speaking. Just 30% of the time you speak. Now, you can argue about that percentage, but my point is, you have the mindset. Listening part is more than speaking part. So even if you screwed up this part, who cares? If you can nail this part, very high chance to spark the conversation with anyone. Completely different feeling you're gonna have. If you focus on listening part rather than speaking part, you're gonna feel pressure much less. That's why this mindset is important. Remember, you don't need a great speech like Steve Jobs. Just simple questions are totally okay. Where are you from? What's your name? That's actually enough. A lot of guys think like they need to speak something unique, something funny, and feel a lot of pressure, especially when it comes to dating. Look around other YouTube videos. A lot of guys are talking about how to speak to beautiful girls, saying like, you can't say something boring. You have to say something to impress girls. And so many guys are focusing on speaking part only. That mindset is gonna hold you back. The truth is, you can talk about anything. Don't feel pressure, because I found out what you say is much less important than how you say. Your smile, eye contact, good posture, these things speak loud 10 times more than words. Trust me, your body language strongly conveys all your message, all your energy and intention. Let's say you got a beautiful Japanese girl in the college. She's actually international student. She doesn't speak English well, but of course, you wanna talk to her. So what would you do in this situation? All you need is active listening. During the conversation, keep in mind, giving your 100% attention to her, making strong eye contact and your genuine smile, giving your feedback and let her know your unique perspective, questioning occasionally as a follow-up so that she knows you are actually paying attention to her. Forget about speaking part from your mind. Doesn't matter anyway. just focus on listening part only. You're gonna realize speaking part is quite difficult to nail, but listening part is much easier to execute well. That's why I strongly believe language barrier doesn't matter. Trust me, I've been talking with so many foreigners and got awesome conversation many times, including Josh. Again, my English is not so good actually, but doesn't matter. That's all because of my active listening. Think about someone who is a good communicator or great leader around you. Could be your best friend, family, doesn't matter. Think about anyone who is really good at communication. You see, the person is not necessarily a great speaker, right? Rather than that, in most cases, the person is a great listener, right? So you already know what is the most important thing when it comes to a conversation. Again, focusing on listening part rather than speaking part. This is my biggest advice today. Thank you.
I hope those tips were helpful for you guys. If you want to learn more about dating in Japan, check out Nobita's channel Find Your Love in Japan. He has tons of videos where he interviews different people, asks them questions about dating, and really gives you an insight into what different cultures, races, and backgrounds have to say about dating. You can check out the link to his channel in the description. And if you're new to the channel, make sure to hit the subscribe button below. I put out a new video every Tuesday and Friday sharing tips, ideas, and stories teaching you how to be your best self. Thank you so much, Nobita, for sharing your tips here on my channel. I greatly appreciate your advice. As always, guys, Aito Haiwa, which means love and peace.